Solta a informação, pai. E aí?
I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him.
Right on.
Fala galera, como é que vocês estão? Tudo bem? Aqui é o Cezinho, bora pra mais um episódio da nossa série de Genshin Impact. Se você não conhece o canal, já desce aqui, já deixa um like, deixa um comentário, se inscreve pra não perder os próximos episódios e se você puder compartilhar o canal, eu vou ser muito grato. No último episódio, então, a gente tinha feito uma pequena pausa só pra liberar a personagem que tava presa na nossa sequência principal, lá na missão da Valeeeeu, e agora a gente retorna pra continuar a conseguir os itens necessários pra reconstrução da Câmara de Jade. Bora lá!
Time to act. Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Faz sentido?
Hey, Byron! And hey,
Olha elas aí.
And hey! Person Paimon doesn't know?
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into two phases to make sure the structure remains balanced. Before
Nossa, e
we
não
find some
apresentam
suitable
a
plastrite,
Yunjin?
we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Não faria mais sentido vocês construírem com tudo embaixo e depois só subir?
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beto?
Ah, ela também tava participando?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so...
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am their friend.
Que fofinha.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or Miss Yun is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's
Just.
an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time.
Ah, e aí ela
I
tá
have a
falando
feeling
isso.
that we will get
Essa
along
parte daqui
very
pra frente é
well
só, é
indeed.
tipo pra
To
Shenhe
be
mesmo.
honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plastrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little... Wow! So it looks like the three of us are competitors now. Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
Não, ela só tá
I don't
ajudando
have any
nós.
questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. Sounds great, but how does that change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yun. The plastrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon. How'd I do? Is that what you have?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right.
Ok, faz
I'll go
sentido,
first.
né?
I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Bora, 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 bora. Acelera, acelera.
Okay, by the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang, Yunjin?
I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment. So
Tudo isso pra
what's the
palco?
opera called? Paimon wants to go see it.
The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Uau.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a Wonder Core.
Of course I have. Sorry.
Nossa, que bonita essa roupa dele, né? Nunca tinha reparado.
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. So, you're here to ask about Wonder Cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ningguang back when she was building the original Jade Chain. The types of ore needed to make Wonder
Solta a
Cores are a little
informação,
hard
pai.
to come
E
by.
aí?
Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
No?
Não, mas a gente quer saber como
What
conseguir.
kinds of ore we need?
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium. If I remember
Subrosium?
correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions. It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, that's trickier. It's all but unheard of on the market.
E aí?
I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can... Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter Iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Tá, faz sentido.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the Divine Damsel of Devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, and perhaps
Você
it
quer ver
could
que essa
give you
história é
some
da Shenhe,
inspiration.
mano?
Let's not delay. We should head straight there. I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these
É legal quando você
majestic
vai num lugar
towering
onde você
peaks
foi quando era
and the
menor e
gently
lembra de,
flowing streams.
sei lá, das pessoas com quem você
It's like
tava e
setting
tal,
foot in
da
paradise.
situação,
No
do
wonder the
momento, dos
legend of the
sentimentos.
divine
Eu
damsel
acho
of
legal.
devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by...
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite!
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster
Ok,
told
batido
the
até já
villagers,
aqui.
"If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty
Eita.
piece of work! Ugh. Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place!
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward.
No! Don't do it, little girl!
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade.
Uma
She
adaga?
approached
Tô
the
falando que era da
monster's
Shenhe,
lair,
mano.
feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually... Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air.
I really like this story, but I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
Ai, começou a outra. Parece a Ganyu no episódio passado.
Opera is
Não
always
aceita
an
as coisas incríveis que
interpretation
faz.
of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable.
Isso é verdade. Toda história tem uma
When
certa
my father
adaptação da
wrote the
realidade,
script
né?
for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron! Yeah!
Muito fofinha!
This should be enough Star Splinter Iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
Ah, esse aí não é o
Hey,
cara lá que falava
there
com
is
a
someone here.
Ningguang?
Não!
Com a Ningguang não, com a
Genshin,
Ganyu, né?
looks like you were right.
Ah não, aquele tinha barba.
Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something?
Tá bem, irmão?
We didn't seem
Que
to
isso?
catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Subrosium.
Que isso?
He trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Guess we're on our own here. Shenhua, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman, if that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
It's
Shenhe.
Shenhe.
Shinho. You're alive. The rumors were true. So, all these years? I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But I think you can find some information in the village. This place
Do nada
is
ele voltou a ter
deserted now.
língua, é isso?
No one ever comes here. So you can rummage around all you want.
É, tá bem abandonada mesmo.
You know this guy, Shenhua?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Ah não, o risco é ele que corre, né, com a Shenhe.
See what we can find in this village.
The remains of a god. An abandoned village. Mount Tianheng. Does this mean that the true story of the divine damsel of devastation happened right here? In this village?
A tradução não foi muito feliz aqui, na verdade, porque ela fala assim, será que a lenda, que a história verdadeira da lenda aconteceu nessa vila?
The time frame certainly
Entendeu? Não sei
matches.
se a tradução passa a ideia de que ela tá entendendo que a história é real
Let's
já.
keep looking around. So, Shenhe is the divine damsel? Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed
Nossa,
it
mas a gente
earlier.
descobre relativamente rápido que a história é sobre ela, né?
According to this
Eu não
text,
lembrava
The
disso.
divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father.
Meu Deus.
The truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it.
Mano,
It looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
Seria olhar na direção do sol se pondo.
So
Okay.
basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Symposium.
Isso aí,
Let's
pai,
go
irmão.
back and tell Shenhua the ninja.
Terminar de
When
lavar a
I was
roupa
back
suja?
visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen, let it all escalate. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear
Nossa,
the
deve ser
curse of
muito
calamity,
confuso
so my
saber que essa
master
história
bound
é
my
essa.
soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It
Talvez
must
seja
have been
melhor
so
pra ela,
tough
porque às
for
vezes é
you
melhor
all
não
these
sentir nada
years.
do que sentir sofrimento.
Shenhua, we're back!
Eu acho, pelo menos. Até porque a história dela, se ela tivesse
will
todos os
leave you
sentimentos
all
dela,
at
ia ser
peace.
muito triste, mano. Ela ia sofrer
Shut up.
demais.
It brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end.
Tchau, moço que deixou uma criança ser sacrificada.
Shenhua, look. This tells us how to find Symposium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience.
It's okay. I like your version.
But,
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society.
Ah, que bonito isso.
So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Isso é muito real. Isso é muito real.
Cut the chit-chat. Let's go. We can't let someone else beat us to it.
Quem é aquele? É o Shao? Olha aqui.
Everything we need. Let's head back and report in.
Por que o Shao tá ali? É outra missão e eu tô malucão? Trouxemos os minérios, mestre.
So, are they okay?
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these. Guess now it's my time.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get up to speed.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next. But where should we find items relating to the Adept?
I'll sort that out.
Oh?
Se tem alguém que deve saber é a Shenhe, né?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils. When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber,
Então ela já
so she
tem?
sent me to deliver some. Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack.
Pô, ela tá
Maybe
mó
it won't work
ela
for me
já
to
tá
stay
muito
here
melhor
after
do que
all.
quando a gente começou a missão. Sério.
But either way, I'm very glad to have met you. And I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank
É
you.
isso aí. É isso aí, pô.
So,
Esse é o tipo de amizade que a
Master
gente quer.
Jean, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work.
Então tá bom. Pô, e a gente vai conseguir fazer as duas coisas de uma vez só, isso é muito bom.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
I've finished forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us. Ningguang's little secretary, we found all the materials!
Oh, already? All three of you found them together. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners.
Uhul!
I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the prostrate yet!
I
Cadê
can't
Beidou?
believe it. So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here!
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Alright then.
Ok.
Guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
Uau.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here, in the newly built Jade Chamber? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens. I can think of no better stage for you than here, Miss Yun.
De fato, é
Thank you,
baita
Lady
de
Ningguang.
palco, né?
Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
Deus
You're
é pai.
next.
Eu já ouvi você
What
cantando,
is your
menina.
question?
que
I
eu
should
quero perguntar?
clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Wow. You're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well. Guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, and instinct for what is a good opportunity. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow. Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here, I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Oh, great! So next time we run out of Mora,
Hi,
we
Paimon.
just need to come to Ningguang? No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Yes, this is a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to
Se
squander
dirigir
it.
a mim é uma oportunidade única na
Just don't
vida.
waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Huh.
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it, it always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on?
E aí,
I just
Beidou,
went to see the
acordou?
fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou. It's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
O
Glad
que
to
elas
hear
estão
it.
falando?
Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beidou? Ningguang? What are you talking
Mano,
about?
eu sou muito a Paimon. Eu sempre pergunto umas
You'll
coisas que ela
see when
vai
the Jade Chamber
falar.
ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know. When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Teyvat. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence! Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No. In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone!
What's that? Wait! A giant wave!
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.